Listen, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you're going to like this episode of The Parting Shot. Because I am talking to the Doctor himself, Ncuti Gatwa. I mean, it doesn't get cooler than that. And Ncuti is pretty cool. I mean, just Google him. He just sort of exudes cool. We talked about how he's acclimated to being the Doctor, his groundbreaking casting as the Doctor, and also what he's so excited about season 2, because it's a good season, let me tell you. Yes, hi, I'm H. Alan Scott with Newsweek. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, H. Nice to meet you. How are you?
I have to tell you, first off, Shooty, I have an editor's daughter that is going to be watching this that just had a birthday who is obsessed with you. Obsessed with Doctor Who,
Oh,
obsessed with the show. So she was freaking out that I was actually going to have some time to speak with you.
oh my God. Please send her my love.
I will. I will. It's probably
What
the
an
best
angel.
birthday present she'll ever get. Just hearing
It's
that
her birthday
sentence.
today.
It was a birthday last a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. Okay. Oh my goodness. All the love to her.
I mean, the best, the best. I can't tell you, when you were announced as Doctor Who, it excited me because I'm a fan of yours, obviously, Sex Education, Barbie, all the things. I think you're a fantastic actor, but also just for what it means for the brand and the franchise and how cool it is and how it brings it into this era in just such a wonderful way. So, having now done the first season and you've experienced the whirlwind that is the introduction of being the next Doctor, how does it feel to sort of be a part of this iconic franchise?
It feels like an honor, truly, which is a very cliche thing to say, I guess, and I've said it a lot before in the past. But I mean, you're joining a legacy that's been going for 60 years and has had so many iterations, and there's been so many incredible actors that have performed in this role, and the reach of the show is so wide. It always blows my mind whenever I speak to someone from over the pond that knows about Doctor Who, because I'm like, that just feels like our tiny little British TV show. Um, so quintessentially British and so loved for all the right reasons. And so I was given the opportunity to join that canon, and that felt it just felt really incredible, and I felt very honored by it, and it did feel like it can do feel like huge responsibility because it's such a monumental role that you want to keep going for the next person, and you pass the baton on, and it's um it's a great show that we've loved for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it also, yes, it feels nice that I'm joining also a lineup of all the doctors that have played it, but also in the past couple of years, I'm joining like a little lineup: Joe Martin, Jodie
Mm-hmm.
Whittaker, um, of people who have sort of cracked open the notion of who can play the Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and the inclusivity that the show can portray.
Yeah.
I feel really, really proud of that, and really proud that I don't know, little black
Yeah.
kids are going to be looking at me like I might be the Doctor, or they might feel a little more
Yeah.
relatability to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It
yeah,
it
but
does
just
so
an honor.
much. It does so much. It says so much. And also too, I mean, what I think is so different about you joining and you being a part of it now going into the second season is that yes, for a long time, you're right. It was just the nerds who were like into UK TV that were knew who Doctor Who was and anything about it. I was one of those nerds. And then when your introduction, I would say it because of the Disney involvement and the explosion of Disney Plus and its big promotion of Doctor Who, even here stateside, it really made it this global sort of franchise in a way, particularly when you joined. And so I want to know like how does it sort of feel to then have these American fans suddenly become these massive Doctor Who heads, if you will?
Surreal, so surreal. Uh, I can't quite wrap my head around it. Thank you to Disney, and also, I mean, Disney has really helped with the creativity of the show as well. I mean, Russell's scripts are incredible and huge and ambitious, and Disney has really been able to like amplify them, and bring out all the creativity that exists in that man's brain. It's just obviously elevates the show. But its reach, which was already so far and wide. Peter Capaldi tells a story about him being like somewhere, I can't remember where exactly it was, but somewhere abroad where he thought just nobody would know it. And there was a little boy that came up to him. He's like, "You're going to be the Doctor," or he was a huge Doctor Who fan, and
Oh,
Peter was just about to become the Doctor, and it was like very surprising to him. And it's, yeah, I'm always astounded, but like my mum's friends, like my aunties were coming up to me, and they were just so proud of the fact that I was going to play this role in particular.
yeah,
Um, it's a show that everyone knows.
yeah,
But yes, it has grown. It has grown in the past couple of years, and that it feels incredible. It feels really, really incredible. And also a show like Doctor Who that's so big on like compassion.
hmm,
Uh, and he's like a very different sort of hero. He's one that leads with his heart as well. I think
yeah,
that's a really nice global message to have as well,
hmm,
um, in these times that we're in.
yeah,
So yeah, it feels very surreal, an honor, and I love the fact that the show is getting bigger and
yeah,
more people have access to this wonderful this wonderful little secret that us nerds had for a little while, just all to
yes,
ourselves. Like we've
yes.
got to share it now, but fine,
That's
we'll
fine.
share. We'll
They're
let you into the
invited.
club.
I mean, we'll make fun
Yeah,
of you if you don't get it, but you're fine. You're welcome.
exactly.
You're welcome. Well, so with I mean, you mentioned some of the other, doctors over the years, and I like to imagine in my own little nerdy head that you guys have a wonderful little WhatsApp group where you're just like sharing stories about what it's like to be the doctor. But do you have like you put your own spin, of course, on the character and the role and your own version of sort of what this era of Doctor Who is, but like did you take any influences from past people who have portrayed this and like how have you incorporated that into your version of the doctor?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you can't.
Hmm.
Um, because the character is so it is just one character for me. Like when I was preparing for the role, it's like each actor that comes in is so different,
Hmm.
and then it's so unmistakably the Doctor. Um, it's kind of magical how that happens. But I certainly, yeah, I tried to take a little bit of everyone, um, and then add my own spin onto it. I love John Pertwee. I love just how fabulous John Pertwee's costumes were, and like he was a real sort of action man, I
Hmm.
think, which was very interesting. And then they've just each had different iterations. I think like David's like charisma and like joy of life. I love like Peter's gravitas and his like grit and gravel and anger, because the Doctor's so as joyful and as hopeful as they are, they also have been through a lot,
Yeah.
through a lot, and have seen a lot, and see the complexities of life and of the universe and the dark and light and the shades of it all. And so there's an anger in them as well. There is a darkness that exists in the Doctor as well, which I loved about Peter's iteration. They each had something really different.
Yeah.
And I guess I tried to take something from them all, and then eventually you just
You just do
let
it.
the writing guide
Yeah.
you, and you just do it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I had great teachers.
Yeah, and you've done it. You've done it very well. And so now with the second season, without giving much away, because
Right.
I don't even want to know much. I mean, when I saw the trailer drop, I was so excited at Belinda the nurse, and also excited at like the animation part. It seems like it's going in such a fun new direction, while at the same time scratching that itch for the nostalgia of past Doctor Who's, which I think is it's you're finding that happy middle ground with a lot of fans. So like, what can we expect from the new season?
I think classic Who fans will be happy about this season, or there's lots of Easter eggs in it for them. Um, this season, I think it's really interesting seeing the relationship between the Doctor and Belinda, because uh, the the goal isn't to travel the universe and and explore the universe and go on loads of adventures. The goal is to get Belinda home. Belinda is so headstrong and independent and intelligent and has had a tough life here on Earth and very much understands the heaviness of life, and also has her own life that she's committed to and dedicated to, and wants to get back there. She sees the Doctor. She sees the Doctor for what he is, an incredible time-traveling alien, but also dangerous. You put people in dangerous situations.
Yeah.
And you don't always have the answers. And throughout the season, he doesn't have the answers in terms of how to get back home. And so they're on a real equal footing. And it's a really beautiful partnership. It's like a slow burn to connect, but it goes very deep. It's like a slow but deep burn, and they become real. They really respect each other and really love each other and see each other as equals. And so them in a partnership trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Classic 15 line. What the hell is going on here? What is going on and why can't they get back to Earth? They've got to figure that out together, and they've got to lean on each other. And I think that's a new side of the Doctor and a really beautiful relationship that they have. Yeah, there's one episode that, yes, that's, yeah.
You're
That's
like, no more, no more. Don't
No
say
more.
anything else.
Stop myself right now.
Well, the other thing that I think is really exciting is that there is, I mean, in the traveling through time, what I love about it is you really get to see the full expanse of sort of, you know, where the Doctor can go and how the Doctor reacts, and Belinda too, how it reacts in different periods and different situations and stuff. So as you're traveling, as you're creating this season and you're traveling through time, is there a particular era, or like either the future or the past or whatever, that you particularly responded to, either because of the story or the clothes or whatever it was that in that moment? Is there an era that you loved?
Of this season?
Of this season, yeah, of where
Of
you
this
went. 'Cause you
season.
went so many places.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for selfishly for me, Ncuti as an actor, I really loved the episode where they go to Africa. I had been, hold on, am I able to say that? Yes, wonderful.
I love the eyes looking around. Can I?
As soon as I got cast in the role, that was a question that Russell asked me when he handed me the first set of scripts in season 1. And I was like, I've got to take the Doctor to Africa. I just have to. A continent full and rich of stories and lore and mysticism, and that I know was an element. The fantastical element is something that Russell wanted to explore more this time coming back, and so that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, the Doctor, it's interesting. He's an alien. He's the majority of the time been in the body of a white man. It's only been a couple of times he's not been in that body, and now he's in the body of a black man, human being on Earth, and it's like it's funny because I guess he's getting treated. He has experience. He now has the experience of being treated more differently as that than an alien, and so to go to Africa, a place where he'll feel more at home, I just found that to be a really interesting narrative. And that just was such a fun episode to work on.
Yeah. And for you to be the person to sort of be the shepherd of that story for Doctor Who and within the legacy of Doctor Who. I mean, I've only been to South Africa, but I've always thought that like going to Africa is just something everyone I think should do somewhere in the continent at some point in their lives, because it's right, it is breathtaking and it changes you in a way. But for you within this franchise to be the one to shepherd that character to Africa, I think just has a weight that I don't think people are going to miss when they see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully, uh, hopefully. Yes. I think diversity or diversity of stories is very enriching,
Mhm.
and so yeah, that would be cool. Um, Also, I think it's just really cool to have Africa and sci-fi in the same
Mm.
sentence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, and have and tell those stories in really interesting ways. Well, like what I think is so special about you in this role is that a, of course, for all of the groundbreaking reasons that you're in this role, and those are wonderful, and I love that you're a part of that for those reasons. But also too, you're just really cool. Like you're just like a cool person who dresses really cool when you go to things, and that in and of itself kind of makes the character even cooler because it's fun to sort of follow you as you're doing press and you're doing these things and you're going to shows or whatever it is that like do you feel from fans you because obviously this has increased your profile and this has like made you bigger than anything you've even though you've done amazing work in the past with sex education and Barbie and so many other things, but like this has definitely exploded you in a way that is different from other things. So
Right.
how does it feel for people like me to think you're so cool?
I think you're so cool.
Well,
I
thank
certainly
you.
don't think
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
don't think of myself. I don't. I I think the show Doctor Who is cool.
Yeah.
Doctor Who is a cool show. I fell in love with it as soon as I started watching it to prepare for the. I'd obviously always grown up with it, and then to really delve into it, preparing to take on the role, I was like, this is. You know what? The nerds are the real true cool people in this world.
Thank you.
um, do you know? Like
Yes.
I think I don't know how to answer that question, other than I just feel very honored to be a part of the Who-niverse because it made me feel very included. It
Yeah.
was something that I really not to get too emotional, we know what I'm
Please.
like, but like
Please.
when I was watching it, it was I think we were like in the like remnants of our last here in the UK of our last lockdown
Mm,
during like COVID time. And it was just a strange time. And we're all I had a lot of social anxiety at that time and wasn't really going outside. And so it was just so great to just sit in a house and watch Doctor Who like all day long and just escape to somewhere else because everything outside was so crazy and unknown. And so go like every day popping off of David Tennant or Matt Smith or Peter to somewhere else was just really made me feel very um like I'd made these new friends,
yeah.
chums that I could travel around with. And I can really, really, really I instantly saw why it's got such a big following amongst different minority groups, certainly the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I get it. Oh my God. And so like in that week, I was like, I have to get this job. This is so cool and so great.
Yeah.
And so I think I look at you like you're the cool guy,
Oh, well, thank
actually, to be fair.
well,
Mm.
thank you. We can both have a cool party then. Wonderful. We're both cool.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Judy, this is fantastic. You should be so I mean, you don't need me to tell you this, but you should be so proud of yourself and everything you're doing with Doctor Who and what it means for so many queer people, people of color, just marginalized people, but just people in general who are fans of the franchise. I think it's wonderful and you've really proven everyone that you're this is what you should be doing. So it's been an honor chatting with you.
And a real honor chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. Have a great one. Take care. Stay
You
cool.
too. Take care. You too.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.